Leaders of the Senate Banking Committee announcing bipartisan plans to dismantle Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac nearly 6 years after taxpayers footed their multi-billion-dollar bailout. So, will government finally get out and stay out of housing? Joining me now for a First on Fox interview is the committee's ranking member who's helping draft the legislation, Senator Mike Crapo of Idaho. Senator, welcome to the show. Tell us about your legislation. What does it hope to do?
Well, frankly, Jerry, today the taxpayer is in a first loss position on virtually 90 to 100% of our mortgage debt in the United States. And private sector involvement, capital formation is stifled by the system that we have in place. What our legislation does is wind down Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, create a strong system of underwriting so we don't have the kind of risk of toxic mortgages that created the last crisis, and then put together a government-backed reinsurance program that will put private capital back into the marketplace and put private capital in a first loss position as we move forward in our system, protecting the taxpayer.
Right now we've got $5 trillion in mortgages out there where the taxpayer is the first line of loss under the current system. What we're doing is putting 10% capital in front on top of very strong underwriting, eliminating the toxic mortgages and moving forward. And think about that 10% capital with a $5 trillion system. 10% capital is $500 billion being put in front. Compare that to the $180 billion bailout, and you can see the amount of private sector capital that we are moving in front of the government underwriting.
Our proposal will protect the 30-year mortgage. That is the government-backed reinsurance system that we are establishing. We are requiring that the private sector have a first loss position of 10%, as you indicated, but there is a government-backed reinsurance program similar to the FDIC for deposit insurance protection, and that will preserve the 30-year mortgage in the United States markets. We have a bipartisan agreement here in the Senate. We're moving forward with very critical and important legislation to stop too big to fail in the mortgage industry and the housing industry. And I think that there's strong support across the stakeholder interests in the country. Because of that, I think we have a very good chance of not only passing it in the Senate, but passing legislation in the House as well, and moving this to the president's desk.